I found a handful of companies that have quietly opened up part-time work from home jobs. I have one that pays up to $35 per hour, one with both second and third shift schedules, even one with a flexible schedule option. Today, I'm breaking down five of these roles. So whether you're balancing family or you just want to supplement your income, you can work part-time from the comfort of your home and make your schedule work for you. Let's get into our part time remote job leads. Let's kick this off with our flexible scheduling opportunity. Our first job is with Food Smart, and Food Smart is a remote first telehealth nutrition company, and they connect people with registered dietitians in order to make eating healthy easier and more affordable. They're looking for a member support representative to work remote part time, and you'll be the helpful voice on the other end of the line for people who are looking to improve their health. You'll help them get registered, understand their insurance benefits, and find the right dietitian for their needs. You'll be doing that by taking inbound calls to help members with eligibility and benefits. You'll manage the calendar by booking or rescheduling dietitian appointments. You'll also do some troubleshooting of basic tech issues if someone has trouble with the app. FoodSmart is paying $20.68 per hour in this role. You'll be working up to 30 hours a week. You'll also have the opportunity at a $4,000 yearly commission, which is paid out at $1,000 per quarter. As I mentioned, there is a flexible availability on the schedule. They do have a preference for availability between 11:30 a.m. and 8 p.m. Pacific time. But if you do not want to or cannot work that schedule, the flexible option is available for you. Tell me in the comments, otherwise known as our community group chat, what makes a part-time job for you? Do you want to work 15 hours a week, 20 hours a week? You don't care as long as it's not 40 hours a week. Is there a certain amount of pay that makes it worth it for you? Tell me what it is that you are looking for in a part-time opportunity. Our next opportunity is with U-Haul. Now, I don't think I need to explain who they are, but just in case, U-Haul is the household name in do-it-yourself moving. They've been around since 1945 and they are leaders in the rental industry. For the job we're looking at today, you have options to work second shift or third shift. We'll be taking a look at the remote live verification agent, which is of course part-time, and you'll be working within U-Haul's 24/7 truck share program. Now, you can think of this job as being a bouncer within that program. How it works is that when people rent a truck through the U-Haul app, you'll be reviewing their info and their ID in real time to make sure that everything is legitimate and everything checks out before you give that rental the green light. Let's get a few things out of the way right up front, including location requirements. So, if you are a resident of any of the states that are listed here, U-Haul is not accepting applications at this time. U-Haul is paying $16 per hour in this role. You can make up to $19 per hour depending on your performance. Something else you need to know, these are the shifts that I mentioned. So you can work from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m., 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. Those are all in Arizona time. They are all available. So that means a lot of schedule flexibility for you. They are also offering a benefits plan as well for their part-time employees. And there are several tech requirements that you need to make sure you are meeting. The list is here. That's going to include a wired headset. You're going to make sure that your internet speed matches what they've listed here. I will put on the screen where you can test your internet speed if you're not already aware of it. And you must include a few things with your application as well. And those are listed here. So just make sure you read over this job description very carefully so that you are aware of all of U-Haul's requirements before you apply. We are up to number 3 on today's list of 5, but before we get into it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, put a like on this video, and share it far and wide if you are getting value out of the information that I'm sharing with you today. And don't forget, we haven't even talked about today's $35 per hour job. That is still coming up. But for now, let's talk about Copart. If you haven't heard of them, they are a global leader in online vehicle auctions. They move millions of vehicles every year and they connect buyers and sellers all over the world. So, Copart is looking for someone to work part time as their remote member service representative. And what you'll be doing in this role is acting as the face of the company for people who are using the auction platform. You'll be there to solve problems as well as to guide members through the process of buying or selling a vehicle. They're looking for you to work from home for about 30 hours per week. And what you'll be doing is handling inbound phone calls from members. You'll use Copart's resources to find quick solutions while you aim for first call resolution. You'll also be maintaining records of customer interactions and making sure that those get entered with high accuracy. Copart's paying up to $20 per hour in this role, as well as offering some benefits too. Now, I want to point out to you that they mention empathy and being able to show empathy twice in this job description. So, in your application and when you interview, make sure that you emphasize how you can stay calm and helpful, even if a customer may be feeling stressed or frustrated, and just making sure that you highlight to them that you are the empathetic professional that they are looking for. Our next work from home part time job is with Stride. Stride is a major provider of online education for K through 12 students. They provide personalized learning to millions of families worldwide. And if you haven't heard of Stride, it's very likely that you have heard of one of their brands. And they are looking for somebody to work part time from anywhere within the United States. And as you can see, there are 7 roles that meet that criteria, but today we are talking about the placement coordinator position. So, what you'll be doing in this role is essentially acting as a school guide. You will be helping families to get their kids set up for the school year by making sure that they have all the right paperwork and that they're placed in the correct classes. You'll be doing that by contacting families to gather academic records like transcripts or report cards. You'll be reviewing those records to ensure that students are in the right courses to graduate. And you'll be documenting every conversation that you have within Stride's database. Now, they are looking for someone to work about 20 to 30 hours per week, and they anticipate paying $19.50 per hour in this role. Now, something I want to point out is that this is likely going to be very high volume, especially during back to school seasons. So, when you apply and when you interview, you want to make sure to emphasize any experience that you have with managing anything like case files or keeping track of anything that has lots of moving parts. Our $35 work from home part time opportunity is with Fabric. Fabric Health is a tech company that's working to fix healthcare by making clinical tasks like booking appointments much more efficient. And they are looking for a scheduling specialist to work part time from anywhere within the United States. So, in this role, you should think of yourself as a logistics master behind the scenes. You'll be ensuring that there is always a healthcare provider available 24/7 across all 50 states by managing their complicated shift schedules. What you'll be doing is compiling availability data from clinicians. You'll be managing shift swaps and resolving scheduling conflicts in real time. And you'll also be distributing finalized schedules to all team members. Fabric is paying again up to $35 per hour, and you will be working a maximum of 20 hours per week. Now, I do want to point out to you that on this application, they do ask a question about your clinical scheduling experience. So let's talk about that as soon as I find the question. Here we go. They want you to tell us, they say, tell us about the most complex clinical schedule you personally manage using Google Sheets or Excel. They want to know the biggest real time conflict you encounter and what steps you took to resolve it while maintaining staff coverage. Now, if you do not have clinical scheduling experience, but you are interested in this job, do not count yourself out. What I would like for you to do is think about the experience that you do have and figure out a way to correlate it to what they are looking for. Because what they are really looking for is your ability to handle logistical problem solving under pressure, maintain attention to detail, and keep up stakeholder management. That is what this really boils down to. I'm not saying that what they're asking for isn't important, which is direct experience with clinical scheduling, but if you do have certain experience, then surely we can reframe it. So let's think about it. Have you ever worked in retail or in a restaurant environment where you were responsible for coordinating shifts for several people? Have you been or are you a project manager or project coordinator who is responsible for managing multiple projects and the people who work on them across different time zones with overlapping deadlines? Because goodness knows I have, and it can be a challenge, and it's definitely something to put on your resume. Or have you worked in event planning where you've coordinated vendors, speakers, staff, and everybody else who contributes to a large scale event like a conference or a wedding? If you have any experience like that, then you can definitely apply for this job. If you have that, if you have organizational experience and communication experience, then do not count yourself out if you are interested in this job. Just think about the experience you have and figure out how you want to frame it in order to match what they are looking for. That wraps up today's part time remote jobs. I hope you got value out of this information. And if you did, subscribe to the channel, put a like on this video, and share it with other people who you know want to be pulling paychecks in pajamas. And speaking of which, check out the merch. The link is in the pinned comment. Now, you know I can't wait to do this with you again in the next video. Until then, YouTube says that you should enjoy the video that's being suggested to you now. So go on over, check it out, and prove them right. Until the next time, wishing you the best of luck with everything. Bye bye.